Okay, so this is my 3x3 Rubik's Cube tutorial. First things to know, uh, these pieces, these ones with two colors, like green and yellow, these are edge pieces. These pieces that have three colors, these are corner pieces. And then the centers, which are obviously in the center of the side, are one, they'd never move. So no matter how you move the cube, the orange itself doesn't move, right? That's with all the centers. So the first thing we're gonna wanna do is create a daisy at the top. That'll end up looking like this. You can ignore the corner. It's just getting all four white edge pieces around this yellow centerpiece. Once we get that, we'll be able to create the white cross, you'll see. So how do we get there? Well, we're gonna see some pieces might already be at the top, but say we wanted to get this piece to the top, we're gonna move it to the side so that it's lined up with where it needs to go. It wants to be like that, so you can move it straight into there. See, like this orange is lined right up with where it needs to go, where this piece is, and you can move it right up into that layer. Same thing with this red, move it right there, lined up with it. If it happens to be moved like this, where it's flipped, then if it happens to be flipped and it's like this, so when you move it to the side to line it up with the top, it moves the other piece out. You can move the top and then move it into this place. Let me show that one more time. So sometimes the piece is flipped, because if I move this straight into the top, right, it wouldn't be aligned with the others. The white would be on the side when it needs to be at the top, because the daisy has all the whites at the top. So I need to get this piece with the white on top instead of the red on top. So to do that, I want to line it up with the top, but when I line it up with the top, there's a white piece in the way. So I move the white piece out the way, and then I move the white piece in. Okay, once we have this, all we have to do is line up each edge piece's other color with the center. So like, it'll look like this. Red is aligned with the other red, and we can just turn it all the way down to the white side. And then orange, we align it with the other orange, just moving the top layer so that it aligns. And then we can move this all the way down to the bottom. Okay, we're gonna move the top layer again. Oh, never mind. The blue is aligned with blue. We can just move this straight to the bottom. Right, we find the green, we align it with the other green, move it straight to the bottom. And all that means is we're taking the yellow center, we're taking the piece from next to the yellow center all the way to the white center. So we're just gonna do 2 rotations of the side, you're gonna make it face you, and just do 2 rotations of the side facing you. And it should move all the way down to the bottom. And then you should get this white cross, like this. The corners don't matter, it doesn't matter what color they are. But the center should be white, and it should have this cross, and each one of these should be matched up. If each of these aren't matched up, then you messed up somewhere when you were moving these pieces down to the layers. You didn't line them up properly. After that, we're gonna start moving in these corners. So that's gonna look like we have green, orange, and white here. So where does that need to go? That needs to go here, right? Because we have an orange center, we have a white center, and we have a green center. So we're gonna need this green, orange, and white piece to go right where all the colors line up. So to do that, to get these corner pieces into these corners, we're gonna need to learn one algorithm. More like 2. So we go up to the left, down to the right. Up to the left, down and to the right. Yeah, I'll show that a couple more times. Up to the left, down to the right. That's all it is. And just by doing this, you'll be able to solve most of the cube. It's really just up to the left, down to the right. And then you'll also need to know the same thing, but mirrored on your left hand. So it'll be up to the right, down to the left. Up to the right, down to the left. Up to the right, down to the left. And up to the left, down to the right. Those are like the two things you're mainly gonna need to know. So here, let's use this piece. Red, green, white. So we look for the red and green centers. They're both here. The white center is down here. So we know the corner piece has to go here because that's where all the colors match up. That's where, if it was here, then it had yellow on it. So it can't go here. It has to be right here. So we go all the way over here and we do the thing I showed you, the algorithm. Up, to the left, down, to the right. If it doesn't solve it initially, you can keep repeating it and it will just work eventually. Up, to the left, down, to the right. 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 And boom, it's in. If it doesn't get in naturally, then you probably messed up the algorithm at one point because it should work every time. Okay, you also wanna, so here, we have white, orange, blue. Here's the orange center, here's the blue center, here's the white center. So it needs to go right here, right in this corner piece. So the first thing we wanna do, like say it was over here, we wanna move the top layer so that this corner piece is right above where it needs to go. And then we do the algorithm. Up, to the left, down, to the right. 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 So like, let's see, white, green, orange. Dad, I have to do this. So here it's white, green, orange. If we want to move this to the correct spot, we move it over where it needs to go. So here's orange, here's green. So it needs to go right here where the orange, green, and the white centers all line up. So we move it here. Here's green, white, and orange. And we just do the same algorithm because now it's above where it needs to go. So we go up to the left, down to the right. Up to the left, down to the right. And we just keep doing this until it solves itself. And then boom, it's in the right corner. Now the last one, here, you see how it's already in there, but it's not oriented properly? If we do the formula, we can get a corner out. So like, let's say this was here, and this was here. So these are both, it's white like this, but these two are in the wrong spot. If we do up to the left, down to the right, the formula we've been doing, it'll just take it right out the corner. So that's what you do if you get into that problem. So this one needs to go here, so just do the same formula. This one needs to go here, red, blue, white, red, blue, white. Just do the same thing. Okay, now we've completed the whole first layer. Everything's matching, the centers are matching, the corners match, the white side's complete. Now we want to get these pieces, these second layer pieces. So let's see, we want to get an edge piece that doesn't have yellow on it, and we want to align it with the color of the center. So what would that look like? It would look like this. So this is an edge piece with no yellow on it, and the red is aligned with the red of the center. Once we have it like this, we want to find out which side it wants to go to. So this is red and green. So which side is the green center? It's not the left side, it's the right side. Okay. So here's where you're going to do the same algorithm, just one step before him. We move this side to the left. Since we're doing the right side, we're going to move this piece to the left. So we line it up. It's green. It's going to go to the right side. We move it to the left. Then we do the up to the left, down to the right. Then we turn the whole cube to the left. The whole cube to the side. So this is a red and green piece. We're gonna turn the whole cube to the side that the color of this piece is. So this is green on the top, so we're gonna turn it to this green side. And then we're gonna do the left-hand version. Up to the right, down to the left. And it should get right in there. So here, this one's green and orange. We're gonna move just the top layer until this green side is aligned with the center, this needs to go to the right. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna move it to the left initially, and then we're gonna go up to the left, down to the right. And then after that, we're gonna move the whole cube to the side here. We're gonna go up to the left, down to the right. And we just keep doing this. So we keep finding pieces. So, okay, so this is blue and orange. And if the piece is like this, we can just move the top layer to get it to the center. Here we have blue and orange. And the orange is on the top. We need orange here, so it goes right here. This time it goes to the left. So we're gonna move it this way first. It's gonna be the same thing, just mirrored. So we're gonna move it this way first, right, to the right. And then we're gonna do the left-hand version, up to the right, down to the left. And then we're gonna move the whole cube to the side, right? It's always gonna be the side that's on top of this edge piece. And then we're gonna go up to the, we're gonna go up to the left, down to the right, just the right-hand version. Okay, continuing, this one's also to the left. So we're gonna move this to the right, right? We're gonna move it away from where it needs to go. So it should go to the right. And then we're gonna do the left-hand version, up to the right, down to the left. And then we're gonna turn the whole cube to the left, right? Because we choose it to the side, right? The side is designated by the color of the center. And this edge piece is red and blue, right? So the blue is on top. We match it up with the blue center. So we turn it to the blue center side. And then we do up to the left, down to the right. But yeah, basically all I'm saying there is, like, you can just memorize moving it to this side, like memorize what side you move it to, but if you get in trouble and forget which way to go, it's just the color that's on top of the edge piece. You could probably memorize it though. Okay, now we finished it. The first two layers, all first two layers are completely solved, and there's all white on this side. Next, we're gonna learn one more formula. We're gonna do move this side, move the front side to the right, and then we're gonna do that formula, remember? Up to the left, down to the right, and then we're gonna move the front side back. And we're gonna do this until we get a cross. So we can move the top side as much as we want, and we just keep doing this until we get a cross. Okay. Okay, I got one. I just want 4 yellow edge pieces on the cross. The corners do not matter. So once we get this cross, we get the cross first, and then the centers matter. So we look at the centers. This one's matched up. We try to align them. These two match up, but these two do not. So now this is the first new formula we need to learn. We're gonna go up to the right, down to the right, up to the right twice, and then down, and then that. And the center should be aligned. Let's do that again. So we go up, and then we go to the left, down to the left, up to the left twice, and then down. And then we just try to align the centers the best we can. So if we have 2 centers aligned already, then we put both of them, we put them to the right and behind us. So this one's aligned here and this one's here. And then we do it up to the left, down to the left, up twice, down. And then we can just try to align the centers and they should all be fixed. But if we had it so like they were all messed up, and you can't really find any centers that line up perfectly, then you just choose any side to do it. And then you're gonna have to do it again. So we have it here. Okay. Just keep doing it. It'll work eventually. Okay, see, we got the centers, both centers, and we do it again. So it's gonna be up to the left, down to the left, up to the left twice, and then down. And then you just line up the centers. And you can just turn it to the left once to line up the centers. And boom, you have all the centers lined up. Green with green, orange with orange, blue with blue, red with red. Finally, you want to move the corners so they're above the right spot. So like this one's in the right spot. It doesn't have to be orientated properly like this, but yellow is on yellow, blue, red, and it's a yellow, blue, red piece. So for pieces like this that aren't orientated properly, you want to move the piece that is correct to your front left, and then do this formula. This is a new one too. You go up to the right, up to the left, down to the right, down to the left. You can see how this was moved to the right spot, this was moved to the right spot, and this was moved to the right spot. But let me do that a couple more times. Up to the right, up to the left, down to the right, down to the left. Up to the right, up to the left, down to the right, down to the left. So really, see, you find one corner that's right, or if all the corners are wrong, you just start anywhere, and you do the formula, and you should get all the corners in the right spot. They don't have to be orientated properly, like how these two have the yellow at the top and the red and green, like they look solved. It's fine if they look like this. Okay, last step before you solve the cube. You want to do the same formula we've been doing this whole time. If you do up to the left, down to the right, and you just keep doing that until this piece is orientated properly, like this, where the oranges are matched up, the greens are matched up, the yellows matched up. You want to stop immediately after that, and you want to make sure that you did like the whole circuit, and then you can move only the bottom layer and put the piece that you want to fix into this pocket, this like right under the side that you're about to move, and then you can do it again, and boom, you'll solve the cube. Just to say, it doesn't matter how many corners are unsolved. It could be that like all the corners are unsolved. Like this one, there are 3 corners that are completely messed up. It's just the same thing. You just keep moving it, the same formula we did, and then you move this one into this little pocket where you're doing your formula. Then you move this one to this little pocket where the formula is being done. And boom, you'll solve it. That works every time. Thank you for watching. Yeah. Happy solving.